worry about a Dark Shrine follow-up. We know that's not the case, but these Stalkers could very well be the end of Maru, as that's a 4 right blink, snipes 8 tanks, snipes a medevac. There is one more tank in the back, but yeah, Hero can do this all day, and the Protoss players, they got so damn good at just being proper annoying with these Stalkers.
Yeah, I do wonder how Hero's going to play this out. 2 tanks once again, and this time really quite well protected by the Sim City. But, oh, they just both on siege at the same time? Yeah, I guess he was thinking it was better to save at least one. Maybe he's hoping that that will save him at the end of the day. One does re-siege. Raven will barely pop out, but the starport's even in trouble. SCVs are going to be pulled, and of course they're going to go down as well. And there's no reason for Hero not to continue this. He has all the room to play with. Maru might even be getting frustrated at this point now, especially that he's on his heals. Like, he is the one now defending, and he's been in a situation before against Hero, and it is just even more uncomfortable. A very aggressive blink forward. It looks like Hero knows that he can win this one. He's forcing a gigantic army through one of the smallest chokes on inside and out, but it might just work out. Already the right side has been destroyed, so a left side potential flank isn't anything. Maru is just forced to evacuate and probably on his way to losing the game.
Yeah, if we lose that orbital, things are going to get very, very rough. We already have lost 15 SCVs. Stalkers working a final few shots. We're going to fire a couple of Novas just to keep the Terran army at bay. Maru now has a few Liberators, but that is just a tiny bit too late.
I mean, either one of my medevac is kind of even like, yeah, it's like an advanced scout. Like, it knows something's going up there. This could also be very bad for Hero.
This is very cool that he sends the Raven in ahead, right? Just to see if there's an observer. Obviously knows where things went wrong and inside and out. We're going to have a couple of big storm drops on the SCVs. 9 SCVs in total going down. But that also means that you don't have those storms defensively. And this double drop adds. We have a HeRoMaRinE drop as well. There is so much happening right now. It's do or die for both players. Tournament life is on the line here at TSL 9. I absolutely love this for Maru though, because this Terran army is terrifying, and we're storming our own workers now. Triple all of the turret going down to protect the remaining bio units. Maru is all over Hero here in game 5.
Yeah, this actually looks like it might just be it for Hero. He is all over the place. Recall already used. Third Nexus going to go down. No contest there. There's not many probes to begin with, which is also a bad sign. And Hero just has to hope for one heck of a defensive engagement into an immediate counterattack to actually have any hopes in this game. Archon coming awkwardly from across field, not able to do very much. Shield Body Overcharge will cover the natural for a little while, but against the full might of Maru's army, it is not going to be enough. 120 supply, 240. Maru gets his revenge on Hero.
Liberators, he started to force these tanks to unsiege, and Byun is going to go forwards and just try and find a position. The drop on the main denied by the Marines being there, but you can't fall the way forward, so now they are actually going to get an unload. And what does Byun really have to defend this? Without any heal, and his Marines are going to die so quickly. He does have some tank support, but he just can't hold these tanks for long enough. 1 and 2 go down. More Marines showing up. His own Liberator is trying to siege as the medevac's going to lift and go elsewhere. At the same time, Byun is counterattacking though, and he's going to be looking for damage himself, but his tanks are going to get caught here. Liberators can siege up as well. Well, Byun has serious damage to do across the map. I just don't see him finding it.
If there's one tank on the high ground, which I believe there is, yeah, Byun's army is going to be destroyed, and there you have it. Gumiho able to put a point on the board, but it didn't really look that way in the beginning, did it? Like, he pulled this game back.
Getting ready to go. He runs up. He sees just a Marine there. Yep, that's an insta-kill, right? And you know there's only another Marine coming out of that barracks at that point. So we get rid of that, and then you got free reign on the SCVs for a while. The factory's late because it's a one gas expand. So this is pretty much the worst case scenario, and yeah, Gumiho is not in a great space. Did his Reaper die as well? This can be a great move, but he needs these tanks to defend. He's going to come in. The Libs are going to get siege. Tanks are going to start getting pushed back here. A couple of them going down very quickly. I mean, the tank line is deep. The Marines need to defend as much as possible. And so far, so good, as the medevacs will load up and back away, and it looks as though Byun's defending this. This is the first time Byun's been even on army supply or even in a lead, and he's going to start clearing out the mineral line on the other side with his drop. So it looks like Byun is getting it done. Yeah. GG from Gumiho. Byun 3-1 advances on through now to the top 8 of TSL 9. First round of Swarmhost, they go in, cannon goes down. I was going to say, maybe we just target down the Nexus straight away.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he went a little bit late towards it, but he still easily gets it. That's the firepower of those Swarmhosts. At the same time, Phalanx just crash up the ramp, and they connect pretty big. 5 High Templar just died, and this game is turning into a disaster from Classic, who has very little left to work against these Lings and stuff. First Disruptor is going to be coming out. These Lings are still chasing. I'm not going to lie. I did not think this Ling chase was going to last so long. It's going all the way across the map. Here's the first Disruptor shot. Solar finally disengages. Oh. No! Stalker! I didn't know you could pop change on Stalkers down. Wow.
Gonna get a couple of units here. Oh, the disruptors!
Oh, no!
Oh, they're all exposed! He loses 4 disruptors right away. Blinks up into the corner. He needs to recall out right the hell now. He cannot get out of here. He's gonna lose so much.
Oh no, he blinks in the corner. I mean, are we ever gonna recall? It seems like, oh god, even the recall isn't brilliant as he leaves a few stalkers behind as well. Classic loses so much. The entire disruptor can't reset, as you say. And what a great couple of moments from Sully.
Love that. We're gonna see, very well played Spore. And
oh no,
oh, that was
not the response, Sol. Yeah. Little fault he has been like fully punished to like the extreme, right?
Exactly.
And now what? Cannon start? Okay, hello, welcome to my Mutalist game. We jump in, first couple of stalkers have to blink back straight away. We're gonna go target those down. I mean, this is just Solo saying, I built enough mutas to fight you. Gets a few probes as he comes out as well, and yeah, I mean, maybe not super crazy, but it's setting up for a lot of units out the front as well that can maybe get something done. It off as well. Yeah.
That's that misclick at the natural in a microcosm.
You know, some of these fights as well, I feel like were really very close for so I was like, man, his mutas are surely dying off, right? Like, there's not going to be enough of them. No, there always was. There was so many that came back in. Sola takes a super convincing 3-0 here.
First person view of Zoun's Oracle. I love how he disengaged immediately just in case there was a mine there. And so far this is already a very feisty Oracle. It's 3 or 4 work kills, but a lot of lost mining time. HeRoMaRinE from downtown does get the kill. And you can see that Zoun was not happy with that. But Gabe plays a lot of TVP. He knows about this. He's not going to take that silly, unnecessary fight while battery overcharge is running and keeping every single unit alive. Zoun is setting up a tiny flank with a couple of Zealots that will have charge in like 10 seconds or so, but they don't have charge yet. It's just a bit of a painful game for our Korean Protoss. And it's okay, these games happen. This is a pretty Terran friendly map. I mean, the Terrans won't admit it, but we can stat fast. And Gabe would have looked at this map and be like, if I want to win this best of 5, I need to win on the inside and out. Zoun blinks forward, but doesn't have the DPS to really take care of the tanks quickly enough. And just like that, it is HeRoMaRinE who takes a very convincing 1-0 lead.
But, you know, half a second
Do you think
later,
he cancels the command center?
Oh, I think you have no choice. I think you have to. If you don't, like...
It's such a painful decision to make. Like, it's like 60-70% done. But I think the moment you see the second unit show up, okay, with 3 Marines and a bunch of SVs, this is going to pull. I mean, at this point, Gabe just says, all right, I know I'm going to lose a decent amount, but I want that CC because if I have to cancel it right here, right now, I am never going to have a chance in this game. But this really hurts, man. That Zealot is pushing in some serious work. 2 Stalkers at depth. This could be game-ending damage. Zoun, with absolutely no regard for Marine lives at all, is picking each and every single one of them off. The SCVs are going to get a surround, but there is no firepower besides SCVs.
Tim, now, of course, oh man, now HeRoMaRinE is very late. He doesn't know which is Stim, which is combat shields. But HeRoMaRinE, he needs to pull the boys. He is, gonna save that.
Wow, that's a good save.
Wow,
that is a
great
very good save. 1 or 2 Marauders are going to fall here. Though Zoun looks at the arm and he says, man, if you don't have Stim, I actually think I can out-micro this, and he will out-micro it. Zoun minimap. Okay, I think he's hard now. Stalker's a bit out of position, though.
Oh, big Stim coming on.
He's going to go,
right for the battery. And this is looking pretty desperate. Does he even get the tank? He barely gets the tank.
Yeah, at the cost of, I think, all 4 Stalkers.
It should be, yeah.
Oh, nice storm, though, on these Byun. This is a very important one, but he does end up losing both High Templars, and he still needs a little bit of extra DPS. We're going to pull the probes, but we're going to lose a decent amount of probes because Marauders are fast, and even if they only have 20 or 30 HP, I don't know, man. I think Big Gabe, the absolute TVP expert of the first 8 minutes, is just doing it again after sniping that ops. That was a phenomenal move by the German Terran, and even though Zoun landed a great storm, I think it's a day late and $1 short because the damage has already been dealt.
Absolutely. There's really nothing you can do from this point on. 14 probes gone down. The army supply, I mean, it's all over at this point. It's all over but the cry, and I think we're going to be going to game number 4 in just a moment or two.
Honestly, I would not hate it if he goes home. Being in range of a shield battery overcharge feels a little bit pointless to me. You're not going to really kill anything. I also understand that maybe he feels like, well, as long as you don't have any units, I can stick around. There is another supply block, so we really need these pilots to finish up. But 4 or 5 extra Zealots, and I think Zoun will get a perfectly fine cleanup against this. Gabe, man, no chill at all. He's making himself comfortable right now in the natural, takes out the battery. There's still that HeRoMaRinE in the back, and Zoun, this is going to be an awkward fight because the gateways are kind of working against him.
Yeah, they certainly are, and we can see right there, he tried to get a Was that a mind drag attempt?
Yep, but it didn't work.
It did not work at all, and I don't know if that was HeRoMaRinE, you know, kind of retargeting. I think it is. Charge is done, but what does it matter? 2 of the gateways are already down. There's no units on the field. HeRoMaRinE comes in, announces his presence, and says, no chest bump from you, I'm big game.
I wonder if Combat Shields really was the big decider as well at the very end. Like, it was the straw that broke the camel's back, right? Because I just feel like it was that one extra little something where the Marines could have held a bit longer.
Yeah.
They could have done a little bit more. You get out the matrices and it's a different fight. Just don't feel like Maru should have been able to bust up here, but that's the power of Maru. He will expose any little timing that he has, and obviously right now he's not going to let Byun get out of his grip.
I mean, Byun's expanding as well to the top left, but it's more of a ticking time bomb for Byun as far as letting Maru closer and closer. It's not a ticking time bomb. It's like, you know, one of those Final Fantasy puzzles where like the wall is like coming at you and you're like, oh my god, I have to kill it before it hits me. That's kind of what's happening. Maru will eventually get to Byun's side of the map, and it's like, what do? You're gonna get crushed by the wall. You know, Maru correctly tracking. And then also, if Byun did decide to go for one of the bottom right bases, then Maru could maybe go through the middle, give up one base, but have time on his side kind of situation, initiate a base trade. That might still inevitably go in his favor.
Yep, as you do see some matrices coming down, Byun will make some progress forward, but the Vikings taking down a lot of the Ravens. The Marines will fight back, and Maru doesn't seem to have tank support just yet. They were matrixed, and he is going to lose a few tanks as Byun presses forward, so maybe this is a chance for Byun to carve his way through at least a base or maybe more. The Marines starting to show up in response, and the difference still is just going to be medevac healing at the moment. Anti-armor missile drops down and actually does give Byun a little bit of an advantage to fight here. Chasing on forward, a Liberator isn't going to change things either. 2 away from Byun having a fight where he really just can't do anything about it, so that's why he's probably again realizing himself, I gotta do something, stop this or something. So drop in the main base, go repeatedly, just have to go, never stop, otherwise this game is absolutely lost.
I love to imagine Terran players really thinking, you know, how in the world, what is the solution? Doom drops. More Doom drops.
Try to be where the BCs aren't. He's so far back from being able to transition, and by the time he would transition, if he could get transition at all, it's just going to be at a point in the game where Maru's got bases back online because he would have to give up so much pressure. This is a moment here from Byun as he makes something try to happen, possibly, maybe, but there's just no way. He's got no Ravens, he's just got BCs to fight against, and at the same time, BCs are killing his bases on the other side, and again, there's just no real answer to that. He's got, what, 14 Marines and 3 Vikings on the map? Pretty sure these BCs stole all of that.
Oh, bunny.
Well, I don't know how to read in the Vampire Bunny Diaries.
Diaries?
Why, same thing, I'm sure.
You think it's what happened in the Vampire Diaries?
What?
Did you say the Vampire Diaries for a bunny?
I said the Vampire Bunny Diaries.
Yeah, that's what you said.
That's what I said. I can't remember the name of the thing. I feel like I just feel like I'm gonna say it wrong, so I'm just not saying it. I'm just going.
I'm imagining like 16-year-old like teenage bunnies, you know, just in a love triangle.
Meanwhile, Maru's in some genuine trouble somehow because he's losing all his SCVs.
Oh no. Well, good thing I'm going to use the props. Finally, Maru comes in to say something. 18 SCVs, though, did go down. So Byun now has a 12-worker lead. 3rd CC, only just starting on location, though. So I know that might look like Byun just brought it back, but still kind of no.
I'm just looking at you in disbelief for a few moments, and then all of a sudden Byun's winning the game. All we had to do was turn away. Anything was possible. As these Banshees, man, continue to deal damage, cloaked up. Maru is pressing forward, though he's coming through, and he's killing a lot of Byun's units. Cool, so Maru just has too much army supply.
Do you guys have any final words for each other?
이렇게 이겨서 미안하다고 해가지고. Okay, Maru says, yeah, I'm sorry I got lucky and I beat you. I just happened to beat you.
뭐 방금 마루가 말했듯이 운 좋게 이긴 게 맞고요. 제가 제가 절대 실력으로 졌다고 생각 안 하고 다음에 만나면은 진짜 아작을 진짜 내버리겠습니다.
Yeah, Byun says, no, I definitely agree. That was definitely lucky. Not a skill loss at all. And next time, he's definitely going to beat Maru.
That just makes it a lot more likely he is going to get a fantastic engagement. His 1-1 upgrades are done, and it seems like Solar is ready to absolutely send it. How good will this fight be? Well, it definitely seems like it's going to be good enough at first, as he takes care of the Hellbats without any issues whatsoever. Gabe was forced to pick up all of the Marines. yeah, he saves a couple of those. That is obviously quite good, but losing the tanks means you really lose that staging ground, you lose that momentum, can't really fall back to that spot anymore. It's actually 70% done already, if not even a bit more, but we have a drop in the main base, and that was a cancel on the lurker then, and that is massive, because we know that Big Gabriel is not super fond of going up against those lurkers. I also don't have the feeling that Gabe really wants to play ultra late game, let's get a bunch of ghost out. No, Gabe believes in the power of Marine tank against a player like Solar, so getting a snipe on that lurker then, I mean, that's as big as they get.
Well, he's going to get in. He's going to try and get in just before they do. He can pick off those tanks relatively quickly, which he will. It's not so bad. And actually, no, this goes very well for Solar, I would say. HeRoMaRinE was about 3 to 4 seconds away from fully reinforcing that push. Solar gets in at almost a frame perfect timing right there for when to take that fight. I don't know if this is the best move, but there's no tanks just yet. EMP's not going to come in. There we go. Solar coming in. There's that random parasitic bomb you were looking for. And HeRoMaRinE, nice split off. Blinding Cloud. No, it's going to be an abduct on the tank. And this is actually going to be the 5th base position broken. And he's even breaking through to the 4th. Very well done from Solar. Oh
wow.
My goodness. I looked at that and I thought there was, you know, like, okay, he's coming in from multiple angles, but it doesn't feel like there's that much potential. But man, oh man, was I ever wrong. Absolutely, he has got full lethal intent right here. No SCVs, no armory, a second factory. There was actually an extremely critical moment that took place where the 3 creep tumors in the middle of the map finished up right on top of HeRoMaRiNE's army. And there was no scan available. You mentioned the creep. The reason why I thought that fight was going so well for Big Gabe, I assumed that the creep would be all disappearing. Meanwhile, we've got a little Link counterattack. That is great for Solar. You might be thinking, oh, it's not that big a deal. You know, he's only picking off 6-7 Marines. Hold that thought. We are going to see. Oh.
And that's why run-bys are a big deal, because the Terran player is often not paying the amount of attention that they should be to their main army.
Melee, as I say that, he's got an upgrade lead. Big Gabe cannot be here right now. Banespeed's going to finish up momentarily. There's no splash damage besides the Hellbats. The splits are very nice.
Yeah, actually very good.
Yeah, if we'd seen those splits in game number 2.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm totally with you. Then that would have looked very different, even on creep. But I think given how this game has gone, this is not necessarily great enough. But it's definitely an amazing fight for HeRoMaRinE. But Gabe obviously needs more than he's been getting so far. He knows it. Picks up a few more Banelings, picks up a few more, but it's 1 or 2 Banelings connecting with the Marines is truly all it takes. Gabe is just kind of parade pushing, rallying literally everything that he has to the other side of the map. He does drop another factory. That was a really good Baneling connection there though for Solar. And while Gabe was doing quite decent for the majority of that fight, and especially the first splits were phenomenal, everything else in this game has just been a nightmare. You think back at that early game and no amount of splits is going to save you there. GG gets called. And we are going to wrap up the very first day of TSL with another 3-0. Solar and Maru are the 2 players that advanced this brutal opening day of TSL 9, and they both look damn good doing so.